The Albuquerque housing market didn't crash in January 2026, but it definitely changed. And that shift matters if you're thinking about buying or selling this year. Closed sales are down, days on market are up, and inventory is still tight. All right, so that tells us this is not a panic. All right, it's friction. Buyers are slower, sellers are exposed if they overprice, and the market is rewarding strategy instead of shortcuts. So if you understand what these numbers actually mean, there's opportunity on both sides, but only if you stop relying on headlines and start paying attention to the execution. If you're wondering why homes are taking longer to sell in Albuquerque right now, the answer isn't a lack of buyers, it's a lack of urgency. Here's the deal. Days on market increased in January 2026 because buyers finally have time again. They're comparing homes, they're negotiating repairs, and they're walking away from listings that feel overpriced or poorly prepared. Homes that are priced right and show well are still moving, but the market is no longer forgiving sellers who want to test the top of the range. So a lot of people have been asking if Albuquerque is finally in a buyer's market in 2026. All right, here's the honest, no fluff answer. All right, no, but it is buyer friendlier. All right, inventory is still tight, but buyers now have leverage through time and negotiation instead of price collapse. And that means that seller credits, rate buy downs, repairs, and better contract terms are in store for buyers. If you're a buyer and you focus only on the price, you're gonna miss out on the real wins. Because in this market, structure matters more than the actual sticker price. If you expected home prices to fall hard in January 26, then I'm sorry to disappoint, the data tells a different story. Prices held steady, and detached homes even showed modest gains because supply never really flooded the market. Guys, fewer listings means sellers still have leverage, but only if they earn it. This isn't about hype or fear anymore. It's about disciplined pricing, presentation, and understanding buyer behavior. Well, mortgage rates in 2026 have not fallen off a cliff, but they've improved enough to change buyer behavior. That's really important. Guys, lenders are competing again. Rate buy downs are common, and sellers are more open to helping with financing. This market rewards buyers who understand total deal structure instead of obsessing over one number, because the smartest negotiations right now are happening inside the terms. The biggest mistake Albuquerque home sellers are making in 2026 is pricing their home based on hope instead of data. Look, guys, buyers are slower, they're more selective, and they're far less emotional than they were a few years ago. Homes that miss the mark early end up sitting longer with costs that the sellers are leveraging. All right, so in this market, pricing correctly from day one, guys, it matters more than it has in a long time. The real opportunities in Albuquerque housing market right now aren't loud and they're not obvious. They're sitting in longer days on the market for listings, right? Attached homes, tired sellers, deals where structure matters more than price. Guys, this market rewards patience, preparation, and understanding how leverage actually works instead of chasing the next headline. Here's the big question: whether you should buy or sell your house in Albuquerque this year, in 2026, really depends on one thing. It's not the market. Guys, it's your strategy. Waiting only works if something changes, and for most people, waiting without a plan just means reacting later. The people who win in this market are the ones who understand leverage, financing, and execution, not the ones waiting for perfect conditions. I'm Joshua Christensen with Christensen Properties, powered by R1 of New Mexico. For straight talk on selling your house, follow the link in the description. We're selling homes one door at a time.